Hi, everybody. I'm in the middle of a reading project. Two of them. One where I'm reading the New Testament, and I am almost through Matthew right now. But the other one I'm doing is a cold reading of a scholastic book, which I really want to read right now, called I Want to Go Home by Gordon Corman. So those of you who have been with us know we're in chapter 2, called In the Garbage. So let's just get right to it on page 17 for those of you who are following along. Pushing a large red wheelbarrow loaded to overflowing with green garbage bags, Mike started up the wooded path to the dump. He sighed heavily. Work detail. His first full day at camp, and already he was in the garbage. What a fun place. A few boys gathering wood for the evening bonfire grinned sympathetically as he struggled past. The front wheel struck the exposed root of an old tree, and one of the bags rolled out of the barrow and broke open. Chicken bones were everywhere. Mike looked hopelessly at the evening sky, as if for a sign. Nothing came. None came. Oh, well, at least now he knew why. They had equipped him with a shovel. After scooping up the mess, he continued down the path. He could see the dump now, and smell it, too. He wrinkled his nose as he trudged up to the mound, then stopped short. There, flat on his back, in his wheelbarrow, lay Rudy Miller. His disc player was in his hand, the headphones were in his ears, and his eyes were closed. His normally expressionless face wore a blissful look. Self-consciously, Mike silently dumped his cargo. After all, what could he say or do? Miller had given every indication that his only desire was to be left alone. Mike couldn't very well declare himself a friend, but wouldn't it be great? Miller was the only person who hated camp as much as he did. Hi, he ventured flatly. Finally. Hi, he ventured finally. Rudy gave no indication of having heard him. Mike shrugged. Oh well, he doesn't want anything to do with me then. The feeling's mutual, he thought. He started to plot his wheelbarrow back in the direction of the camp. Hey, said a voice behind him. Suppose you're blaming me for getting you put on the garbage squad. Mike wheeled to face Rudy, who had packed up his disc player and was sitting up. Of course not. Yes, I am blaming you. You made me laugh. I was talking to myself, Rudy protested. You're eavesdropping! Whatever, Mike said wearily, just to avoid an argument. Rudy climbed out of his wheelbarrow and sat down on a rock. Mike sat on the ground facing him. Camp! Camp, Rudy said with malice in his voice. Alcatraz, a warden, clones, and now garbage! I'm here as a reward, said Mike unhappily. Good marks in school. Rudy nodded understandingly. I'm here on a guidance rap. The school guidance department misguided my parents into guiding me here. They're gonna make a well-adjusted social animal out of me. They think. You don't like it here very much, do you? It shows, does it? Mike had to laugh. Well, in case you hadn't noticed, I'm not too thrilled with camp either. I noticed, confirmed Rudy. It's getting pretty dark, observed Mike. I guess we better be getting back. Why? So we can sit around this stupid campfire and howl at the moon? I'd like to set fire to the whole place, starting with the warden's house. That would be a fire I could sing around. Mike looked at him uncertainly. But you wouldn't do anything like that, would you? No, of course not. Just a pleasant thought. Both boys lapsed into silence. listening to the gurgling of a nearby creek. Rudy scratched his head thoughtfully. You know, he began slowly, if a natural disaster occurred, making the camp unlivable, they'd have to send us home. Mike nodded his agreement. It's a shame we don't have many natural disasters around here. But what if it was a man-made natural disaster? Rudy insisted. What if, for instance, that creek was dammed up and rerouted towards the cabins? Nobody would get hurt, but we'd be up to our ears in mud. The cabin floors would be wet, and the insects would be really terrible, and they definitely have to send us home. Sounds great, said Mike mournfully. But we could never do it. Speak for yourself, said Rudy. I'm starting tomorrow. The sound of singing voices swelled on the evening breeze. Okay, let's get back now. But first, do you want to help me pick up a few choice bits of garbage? What for? Harold Green's shoes, Rudy explained. I've noticed there's usually nothing in them but feet. Mike laughed appreciatively. Sure. He picked up an orange peel. How about this? Admirable, replied Rudy. You're not bad, you know. You'll do. Mike laughed again. Now that I'll do, maybe you'll tell me your name. All I know is Miller. He did a credible imitation of Chip's angry cry. Miller! That's me. Rudy Miller. Hi, I'm Mike Webster. The two let down the handles of their wheelbarrows and shook hands solemnly. Solemnly. That's stupid. Then, side by side, they moved off in the direction of the campsite. And near the deserted dump, the creek gurgled on. And that's the end of chapter 2. So coming up is chapter 3. We're going to hold on. Get to this later when we need it. And the next chapter is Dear Mom and Dad. So that's going to be a good one. So thank you for joining me for my reading. I want to go home. Also, look on my channel for my reading of the New Testament. And it's getting pretty good. The end of Matthew there. Yikes. All right.